Good morning, everybody. We thought this would be a great time to reach out and let you all know a little bit about what happened with us this morning. So, you know, we always make a positive around here at Black Wolf because we have so many of our lovely fur babies that just get to love life with us. So we feel very blessed, very fortunate that we get to wake up like that every day and know that there's happiness out there and that the dogs are so happy to see us. Unlike what seems like to be happening around in the world today, I just feel like people have gotten to be disgruntled, or I'm not really sure what the word is I want to use for that. But now, my hubby here, Carrie, he doesn't really know what I'm up to right now. I just told him I was going to do this video because I'm kind of excited to see his reactions to some of these things. But anyways, to explain what happened, over the years we've heard this, again, been breeding for almost 30 years now, but we hear they look like cows, right? Well, this morning when I got on here, we had a message from somebody that really, really wants one of Ara's puppies. And you all know who Ara is. She's the one that's expecting, hey, cut it out, you guys, expecting pretty much any day, right? Any moment. And I think she's gonna go tonight. But I have to share this with you because it's educational also. And that's the main reason we're doing this. So this person reached out to me, and her name is, and I'm just gonna, call her out on this, being that, she was so lovely to message us this morning. But her name is Alexis Rose, and I just kind of want to share her profile picture with you guys. If you see who that is. I mean, I'm not really good at doing this editing thing yet, but I'm gonna get a lot better. But anyway, so this person reached out to us this morning, really wanted a Landseer puppy of Ara's, right? And the next message, it's I explained to her the price of our puppies, and to reach out to Carrie if she's, interested and got questions, because we require that phone call. We don't do the questionnaires anymore, we require the phone call. And she put on there, spay and neuter contract, ? Now, with that being said, there's a lot of breeders that require you to spay and neuter your pup, but we do not do that. We believe that is the owner's decision to do. We do not take that complete control over your Newfoundland. However, we recommend it's never done before 18 months of age. So we don't require that on our contract, right? But we do not do breeding rights, people. Like we've explained many times, we don't do breeding rights anymore. Well, instantly I got the vibe this one wants to breed. I said to her, no, we don't have a spay or neuter contract, but we do have a contract and limited registration. We do not allow breeding rights. She wrote back, oh, Tika, cut it out now. How can you not have a spay and neuter contract, but then say that you don't allow breeding rights? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, well, that's cutthroat right there. That means right there you're not going to get a pup from me because that's just how I work. That's how I roll. But then she sent pictures of puppies, and I'm going to come back in because I don't know how to do it any other way. Pictures of puppies from puppyfind.com. Okay, that's strike number 2. We do not place our puppies on puppyfind.com, nor will you ever see a puppy of ours on puppyfind.com. It's just not going to happen. Well, that was strike 2. And at that point, I messaged back and said, and then she wrote, y'all are wicked, overpriced, just so you are aware. All right. 30 years later, my first Newfoundland I purchased was over $2,000, you guys. The first one I purchased. That's 30 years ago. But anyways, I wrote, sorry, we do not place our pups on PuppyFind. Our litters are reserved in advance. And she wrote, that's a site to a whole different, what does it say? That's a site to a whole different kennel, not PuppyFind. Now the pictures she sent me are brown and whites, grays and whites, tries. The prices were $700, $600. Okay, well, I don't think I'm gonna really go into depth with that. If you've been following us, then you know what we have in our lineage, and I don't need to go any further with that. But she continued to send me this picture of a gray and white, which now the AKC accepts, but we don't, and there's many countries that don't. Black Wolf Newfoundlands is strictly black and Landseer. We'll say it again over and over and over again, and that will never change. So if you're looking for a brown, a gray, a brown and white, a gray and white, a tri, whatever color, yellow, we do not produce that. You're gonna have to go elsewhere. And she said, and I compared prices and quality. Y'all are on some good stuff. And she's got a puff cloud. Okay, I'm assuming what she, I'm assuming she's talking about weed or something to that effect. So whether we do or not, it's legal. And actually, none of your damn business. But anyways, on that note, maybe it's not legal where she lives. I don't know. But that's a good one, Alexis. And then I said,
I heard the way she talks, it sounds like she's talking like she's from Tennessee or somewhere, and that where it's not legal there.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Oh, I don't
Who
know.
knows what she's thinking? I don't understand it.
Either
It's
so.
pretty
I mean,
so.
I think, isn't that where they bootleg? I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying. But anyways, we don't drink, by the way. But anyways, I wrote, we also do not breed gray or brown. It is best for you to locate a different breeder. Have a great day. And she wrote, yes, it is probably best. Y'all are highway robbery. I'm sure you struggled to get them all placed right after you wean them. Because that's ridiculous. Well, that's strike 5 or 6, I think. Okay, bye-bye now. I just would like this conversation over. But it didn't. She continued to go on and told and messaged and said, I am going to pick up a pure Holstein bull calf for $200.
That's absurd.
What does that have to do with us? Okay, but anyways, I'll send you pictures. Oh, great, I would love to see them. And then turning around and going to pick up an AKC Dalmatian for $300. Oh, well, and then she said, we're on crack. Oh my God. The only crack I've ever eaten is cracked chicken when I'm on a low carb diet. But anyways, I just felt at this point, it's time to address.
Sounds like she's smoking better stuff than Cheech and Chong.
But anyways, I thought it was.
I don't know what it is. I just don't understand.
So then I figure, you know what's good? What'll be great today for an educational video, and it seems like it's the younger generation in the 30s that aren't doing their proper research, or unfortunately, they seem to want $1,000 for a $100 bill. It seems like that's the way society goes. And if you're all understanding that, go ahead and do a like or a comment, because us in our 50s and 60s, we're like, what's going on with our society out there? It's the younger generation. But anyways, so we figured we better get on here, or I better get on here and tell you the differences of them and see if Carrie agrees. So the first one that I researched, this is factual information, you guys, facts. The cow, the Holstein cow, it is the world's top milk producer. That's insane. That is awesome. And did you know that they produce 3,000 gallons a year? A lactating cow.
Wow.
What do you think we would do with all that? I mean, we've got how many Newfoundlands times 3,000 gallons? I mean,
Wow.
I think we'd have milk for life. Yeah. I love milk. I mean, I am all about milk. Everybody needs milk in their diet.
So that she's going to have 3,000 gallons of milk this year, Alexis.
She's going to get 3,000 gallons of milk.
And then hopefully her Dalmatian drinks a lot of milk.
That's a lot of milk. Oh my God, that's a lot. That is a lot of milk. Anyways, if you like milk, let us know. Yeah, I know we've got connections. We know where you can get your milk supply from. The next one, Holstein cows are 1,400 to 1,800 pounds. Where's Kevin? Well, how much do you figure Kevin weighs?
110.
About 110, and he's got a little panel. He's got some growing pains going on. But anyways, he's about 110 pounds. 110 pounds, 1,400 pounds.
Yeah,
okay.
Big difference there, I think.
We've got 3 Newfies in this room alone. Huh. We're gonna have to get a bigger house, honey.
Boy.
We gotta get a much bigger house. We got a 2,300 square foot home, but this is not gonna hold what we got. That's a lot of pound. Anyways, so there's the big difference with that. Also, Cows have 4 stomachs. They actually, well, it's one stomach with 4 compartments. They all do a different thing. And I have first experience hands-on with that because when I was a head vet tech, me and the vet, we had to go out and do a cow C-section. Long story short, one of the stomachs like ended up in my arms. I was actually holding onto the stomach. That alone probably weighs a couple hundred pounds. Like I was covered in blood. But long story short, I actually touched a stomach on a cow, and it is unbelievable. So if that's the case, if Newfie's got 4 stomachs, no wonder why our food bill, our dog food bills. Yeah, we go through a lot of dog food. We do. We should look into that more, honey. Research that a little bit more and see what's going on there. Maybe we can lower that food bill a little bit, so then we can lower the price on our puppies. We could probably do that. Yeah. You know, and the other thing with cows is no 2 patterns are ever the same. Well, our Landseers, they pretty much are the same way. We could probably agree with that one. They're pretty, no 2 patterns are ever the same, like a C. C drop the E, you know what I mean? Or C drop the C, cow. Like cow drop the C, oh, ow, isn't that how it goes, right? Anyways, no 2 patterns are ever the same. Same as Landseer and Newfoundlands. That is super cool. Although we all strive for the same pattern. We all want the same pattern. Oh, there's a cow walking by. Oh, get going. Holstein. They come in black too. They come in black too. So, the other thing is...
You want to give you some milk now?
Wait a minute. Yeah. The average milk per year they produce is 22,000 to 26,000 pounds, which is 3,000 gallons. That one just blew me away. They're also 5 feet tall at the shoulder. How tall are you?
Like 5'9".
Well, we could definitely fit a few of them in here then too. And you'd still be above them as alpha. You know, you'd be taller than them by a few inches. So I think we should look into that. And look into those chickens too. Milking cows, the ones that are milking, like lactating Newfoundlands, they eat 100 pounds of food a day. 100 pounds of food a day. You know, Kylie was saying she had to up the amount of food we're getting for by a few bags now. So that would all make sense. But with the 4 stomachs, you think they could hold a lot in there anyway, if you'd be fuller longer. This is a mini. By the way, this is called a mini Holstein. This is a mini. Anyways, yeah, and if they're eating 100 pounds of food a day, then, you know, we're not going to be able to drop those prices, guys. You know, that's pretty insane. The lifestyle of Holstein cows is they live on farms, they eat grass and feed. They eat grass, well...
5 years. Oh, I don't know.
Newfies eat grass. Some live on farms. They really love water. And we're going to get to the water. I couldn't believe that either. Do you know that it's on this one here. They require a lot of water, like not just a little. We are talking a lot. 50 to 60 gallons per day for a lactating cow. Well, I probably could agree with that one too. You think you could? You go through about 50 to 60 gallons a day per Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Probably about that. Whether it's in the buckets or the water bowls or... Yeah, it's about 50, 60. That one's going to be a hard one to... That was going to be a hard one to debate on that one, but also, where was it on this one? And they don't sleep on couches. Well, we don't let ours on the couches, so ours don't, but I do know a lot of Newfies sleep on the couch. People send us pictures, so I do know that. So that one, and I've never seen a cow on a couch, but I bet you with AI we could figure that one out for you. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think so? Okay, and the temperament of a cow, docile and friendly, and gets stressed out when separated. They're highly social within their herd.
Yeah.
What would you say about that one? That one's probably pretty similar. That one's similar. Okay, so now, to get to the end of this a little bit, so I'm not taking up all of you guys' time, cows stare at you like you owe it rent.
Yeah.
I'd say
Sounds familiar.
That sounds kind of familiar too. Yeah. They're always bossing us around. Right, Kevin? Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to have to agree with that one. They sleep standing up. Look at that one. Probably not. But have you guys heard of cow tipping? What actually is cow tipping, honey?
They say when cows sleep, when they're standing up, you go and tip it over when it's sleeping.
Oh, doesn't that seem mean?
It seems pretty.
That's brutal.
Pretty mean.
Jesus.
Pretty horrible.
Jesus.
I know, that's pretty bad.
Oh,
They did it on Tom or whatever movie that was with Chris
Planes,
Farley
Trains, and Automobile?
and Rob Lowe.
Oh, Rob Lowe, I don't know that movie.
Black Sheep.
Black Sheep, yeah. See, and I have such a hard time with people being mean to animals. I don't care what it is. Matter of fact, we had a mouse trap. We had a mouse, guys. We had a mouse issue going on, and I had to see some mice, and I was real sad this morning to see that. I don't like to see any animal like that. But anyways, I won't have to worry about mouse doo-doo in my drawers anymore. So my husband, he's so good at everything, even getting the mice. But so sleep standing up, that is just so interesting in cow tipping. I've heard of that, but yeah, that's, and then it says that cows gossip. I don't know. I don't know about that one, but you guys keep that in your court and you guys figure that out. The weaknesses of the cow though is, I only found a couple of them, and this could go both ways. One, hates baths. They hate baths. Cows. They hate baths. Some Newfies don't like baths either. Most of them love baths, right, honey?
Yep.
Okay. And they're not a lap animal. What? Come on. If you're gonna get a Holstein cow as a pet, you can't have it as a lap animal? It says you might die trying. Huh. Well, everything's worth a try. Sometimes AI and social media is wrong, right? Anyways, to get to that, it's kind of what we had to do. Because we're going to take this as a positive and bring out a funny with it, because there's no sense in getting angry or upset. But if you're coming for us to get a puppyfind.com $700 Newfoundland gray and white, you do need to look elsewhere. That is not us, and it will never be us. And so I guess, is there anything else you want to say?
No. I'm just people. Quality of people nowadays is just absurd.
It kind of is. But anyways, we wanted to share that with you.
Not all of them, just that were, they missed a train somewhere down the line and got let off on their early 30s, and now the world owes them everything.
When I started 30 years ago, it was about research. It was about research. And I don't think enough young ones out there are doing that. They just want, and they want to give it to them. And that's something that we won't do up here. We don't even, if we want the families to research the lineage, because when we did so many years ago, it was a blessing to find out what actually our lineage was, and Cruz and Kevin here, you guys all know him, We take a lot of pride and a lot of heart in everything we do with our dogs. And nothing, even a comment like that, it's not going to break us. But we just wanted to educate, that's all, and have a little fun with it. You guys have a wonderful day, and if you're looking for milk, we know where you can get it, or mini Holsteins. Have a good day.